Hello and welcome to the end of the Wisconsin growing season, pretty much. You can see I've got leaves that are starting to yellow, there's a lot of brown in there. Let's go down and take a closer look. Alright friends, welcome to the garden mid-September. This is near the end of my growing season. Pretty soon we're going to get cold snaps. In fact, I think we got some nights in the 40s coming up in the next week or so. So let's take a quick look. Obviously I didn't weed. That was an empty promise. The weeds have taken over. It's flabbergasting to see just how much. So let's dive in and look at the Brussels sprouts, which are still going to be coming. I'm going to top these off. Here's one. Let's drop that in there. Number two. Top it off. Throw that down. Number three. Top it off. Hopefully that should encourage the energy to go down into all them nice Brussels sprouts. Get a nice cold snap that'll seal in all the sugar. It'll be tasty. You can't kill kale and Swiss chard. And look at all the weeds. Oh man, here's the row of thistles. They've all kind of congregated into this one area. I should be a thistle farmer. I'm very good at it. And I'm going through in flip-flops, which is probably a stupid idea. So remember the disappointing peppers? Where's the sucker? Here we go. We've got several tiny peppers all over the place. There's a greenish red pepper that's maybe a little bit smaller than the size of a fist. Over here I got some decent ones. But they're all these middle little size. So disappointing. Full sun next year, I guess, guys. I've got one or two lasting little eggplants there, and their color will perk up once I wash the dirt off of them. Take a look at my pretty much one and only fall crop. We've got my mini Chinese pumpkins that are starting. Isn't that cute? Pretty flowers. I think I got another one yet. There's another, oh, it's a white one through here. Another month and they'll be beautiful ornamental gourds. Take a look at this. I'm still producing pumpkins in the middle of September. Isn't that awesome? One of them's got blight. Let's see, like this purple one here is a little blighted and molded, so I wouldn't put that in the compost. But a lot of the other ones are looking real fine. Little cherry tomatoes too. I'm very pleased with how this trellis worked. The sisal wire was good enough to hold everything up to where I wanted it to be. I'll do that again next year. Here, the cantaloupe. Sorry, you don't get to see the cantaloupe. I had two of them because I just did one small hill, thinking that it would grow out and spread over here if I encouraged it to, and it was getting that way, except both of the cantaloupes got to their ripe stage and then they dropped, which I really wasn't expecting. I kind of was anticipating them to hang on for forever. So I don't know if it was just a fluke, or if when you're doing these cantaloupes and other things that are heavy and you're doing them vertically, if they just naturally drop when they're ripe or what. But they were perfect. Both of them were really very good. Ground cherries are starting to get flaccid and yellow, not like we haven't had enough rain. So I think they're pretty much done. I might be able to get one semi-decent load from the under canopy, let's say. Otherwise, that's that. My forsaken radish area, which I pretty much stopped caring about after the moment I planted it, except of course for this giant monstrosity here, which I just keep letting grow to see what's going to happen. Behold the raspberry and weed trellis. Not that kind of weed. So we've been picking raspberries and they're fantastic. I mean, ripe, and there's more that are coming. I told you last full garden tour, that I might have picked them all by this time, but nope. Take a look, you can see all that nice raspberry red in there. I mean, just everywhere. Still a good amount of bees. What kind of weed is this? I mean, we got some monstrous suckers in there. I have got to be better at weeding next year. I just have to. As you can see, the cucumbers are done. I could pull this trellis out. Oh, hey, look at this. Oh, I'm discovering it with you. So I planted one seed of Mexican sour gherkin, and we got one little plant. Oh, how exciting. So these are also known as Keuka melons. They're about the size of a grape. They look like a watermelon, and they taste like a sweeter cucumber. Oh, I got two of them. Look at that. I didn't think they grow in my climate. Oh, cool. I'm gonna pull that off. You ready for this? Here we go. I don't even. Okay. There's the inside. Oh yeah. Huh. It kind of tastes like the green rind of a cantaloupe, but a little bit sweeter. Not bad. I'd try them again. Gooseberry, the plant itself, looks very good. So that was a good first year. Didn't get any fruit off of it, but it established well. These weeds are nice and well established. And my blueberries. I did not maintain the proper acidity, so I don't know if they're going to come back next year, but if they do, I've got to do some much better soil management. Live and learn. Beautiful weed. And check out these, really doing well, these Egyptian walking onions. This is pretty much all new growth here. Looks wonderful. These great big stalks are the transplant and they've fallen over, but that's done surprisingly well, and I've got a huge quantity of it here. That'll be in a different spot next year. The beans are getting to that kind of stringy stage with their vines. I mean, we have had so many beans. So many beans. We have eaten, we have given away beans. You name it. It's been a good season for beans. Oh, hey, the green beans finally came in. Look at this. Good. It's been a really ridiculous year. We've gotten a bunch of yellow and a bunch of purple, but few green. Man, were they late this season. But, take a look at this. I can finally harvest my okra! Yay! Or maybe it's too late to harvest my okra. I don't know. Well, I grew it and it was pretty looking. That's for darn sure. Poor thing. I had it planted too close to other things. Yeah, I think it's probably too late to harvest these. Oh well, they were pretty to look at. So, this isn't the end, the final garden tour. I think we'll probably have another garden tour at the beginning of October, maybe at the end of October, just to see it getting torn down. But for the most part, you can pretty wave, bye-bye garden, you've been fun. You're 35 feet in this direction, 25 feet back to front. Next year it'll be a 35-foot square. This will be the perennial fruits. I won't put the cucumbers in there next year. Might do another row of raspberries or maybe currants or blackberries. Probably another blueberry and gooseberry plant to grow that forward. We will do many of the same vegetables, probably 80% the same vegetables, and I'm hoping for raised beds and an actual built fence around it next year. But we'll see what happens and you'll be along for the ride. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'm the Midwest Man Mountain. Thank you for subscribing, and until next time, bye!
The Midwest Man Mountain's where it's at. I wear overalls and this really neat hat.